But I really want to have a conversation about, you know, in terms of really who is I know, how do we say who's the greatest gospel rapper of all time? Okay, so
It depends on what you're saying it on, though. Are you saying it on who produced the most, or who do we just believe is just the best to us? So who produced the most is quite easy, isn't it? I think it's quite easy to say who it is.
Who is that?
You really don't think it's Lecrae?
I know. I mean, book. I know. No. He's definitely produced more. He's definitely got more royalties than everyone coming in every month. So, yeah, that's 100%. You know, in terms of clever, good guy. No, you know what? Still, yeah, he's. I'll call him definitely Division 2 in terms of skills. In terms of delivery, in terms of actually going at delivery, because, you know, maybe not the best flow person always is in the top thing, but because, you know,
definitely.
like you know, even in the secular world, it's true. The best rappers are not always the ones technically, lyricist wise. But Lecrae, he's adapted.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
You know what I'm saying? He's the most adapted.
He's like Kurt Franklin. He's like the Kurt Franklin of our gospel rap, because Kurt Franklin comes out with songs every decade and he adapts. Lecrae comes out and he has songs that just fit that mold, that they don't sound like Lecrae church clothes free. They sound like, oh, I can rock this now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's true. Even Lecrae, in his first album, even the Red and White, was it? No, that wasn't his first album. But you remember, he had his first album, Real Talk.
Yeah.
And then the album after that one, what's it called?
When the church closed after that?
Yeah, church closed. No, it was that. No, church closed.
Music well before then, though.
Oh yeah, what was Jesus Music on?
Jesus Music was before Jesus Music, Real Talk album. The Real Talk album, yeah, that was out on Cross Movements. And when he released out the one with the red top on, what was that one? And he had Get Low on there.
I can't remember the name.
Was that Jesus Music was on that one? Oh goodness sake! I think we just need to just find Lecrae and Wikipedia, and we'll find that very good. If guys just search Lecrae and you'll definitely find him out there. But no, definitely Lecrae's. But to say that he's the greatest, he has made a great impact. You have to say, you know what I'm saying? You know, 100%. So how are you feeling about Lecrae? I think it's cheating going for Lecrae straight away, because you're not really giving.
I went straight in.
Man didn't even come with Shailene, you know. Man didn't say Shailene. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come with Timothy Brindle. He didn't start with Foundational.
You know me, I'm a boom bap man, and I would question if we Googled this, if Esham Burgundy hasn't put out more stuff than Lecrae.
I hear that,
because he's been churning out albums for yonks.
But that's why I said, what is it? What are we doing? Are we doing
who's
produced the most?
But yo, Michael, come into the conversation. Michael's there hiding, you know.
You see why I mentioned Esham, even though I think he's gone off slightly with his theology in the last 12 months, but for years
what's wrong with
he's been
now?
churning out.
It's because he thinks he's a Hebrew. Yeah. What's wrong with me? Black people are Hebrews, you know. We got teeth from our land, you know, bro. You don't know about that theology there, bro. So.
He's been churning
KJV
out good, consistent albums year after year after year, and I would question if he's for me, I would have him as one of my favourites, Esham Burgundy, easily all day.
Go, Michael. What are you saying?
Me, the first person that came to mind is Stephen the Levite.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Maybe he's not the best, but he has
to
be up there, because with me, the first thing that comes to mind is skill. If you're talking skill, I'll put Stephen the Levite up there. If you're talking influence, then Lecrae definitely has to be up there.
Influence, skill.
Influence and longevity, because a lot of people have been doing it, but not for as long and as successfully as Lecrae has. Even with guys like Stephen the Levite, they're good, but I wouldn't say their longevity has been the same as, say, Lecrae.
Mm-hmm. But do you reckon it's because they were true to, I'll say true to the gospel? They were blatantly too deep for everybody.
Partly.
Or really like a common of gospel music, like they're like, but they're like the too accurate theology. People can't handle it.
I think it's that and the style as well. As H said, Lecrae's adapted over the years. People like Stephen the Levite, they haven't I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not a criticism to say
They
they
kept
haven't
true to
adapted
themselves.
their style.
They
They
kept
kept
true.
true.
Stayed in the lane.
Yeah. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, man. And I think that youngsters rate that, man. You know what I'm saying? 100% rate that. You know what I mean? H, what are you saying about the Stevie Levi situation?
I hear Mike's point. I get that. But I think it comes down to, for me, just personal choice, really. It's not really so much like, for me, when The Truth came out, and practically most albums The Truth came with, like, lyrically, and what he was speaking about was talking to me at that time. So for me,
The Truth was large still.
he might be like the first I would go to, but I would concede that he might be not the best, if that makes sense. So same with Stephen the Levite, like a lot of people might go back to him in terms of like their first introduction to Christian hip hop and stuff like that. But if you speak to, depends on, I think it's like generational to a certain degree. Depends on if you're an artist who've done the research and wanted to go back and, you know, find your sound and those types of things. So for me, I think it's a difficult one to say Stephen the Levite's the best and it not backed up by other things.
But the interesting is, and I was the state guys here, we kind of, apart from representing time, we'd all done time in Church of God of Prophecy here, yeah, we all got different aspects of, yeah, that's correct as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Listen, I got ACOP screening when it was Lady Paul Road, bedroom.
Yeah. So apart from the influence of Church of God here, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? You know, big up, where's the flag, bro?
Use one of them green screens.
I invented the tambourine, bedroom.
Well, Michael's coming with the colours though, still. It's alright. Oh, sorry, guys. I couldn't resist. But you know, so we all come into to rap from different eras, different times, and different circumstances now. Yeah. Guarantee, man, you could argue and say that we all banged off a Lecrae track.
Yeah.
You said it so.
Yeah, but the thing is, and again, it's definitely a generational thing.
Yeah.
Since his first couple of albums, I don't think I've played anything out of him or his camp because it's just not me. Like my number one artist, to be honest, for again, it's production, consistency. There's a guy called Mouthpiece.
Okay, yeah.
He's been churning out, for me, the type of production I like, but lyrically, he'll churn out tunes that will challenge Christians in church. He'll churn out tunes which is for to win people for Christ. He's just got a balanced thing which has never ever changed, never ever deviated.
No, 100%. Yeah, Mouthpiece. No, 100%. So what you're saying though? Ultimately, I'll play Mouthpiece once in the blue moon. What are you saying, Mike? You play?
I haven't really listened to Mouthpiece like that, so I can't really say.
What are you saying, H?
I can't remember the last time I played a Mouthpiece. I know I've got some in the archives, but I can't remember the last time I played. No to Mouthpiece.
The thing is, right now, because of my setup, I have to DJ music of MP3s that are physically sitting on my hard drive.
Yeah, cool.
And it'd be very difficult to find any music out of Lecrae's camp on my computer.
Okay, so what you're saying, you know, like Andy Mineo. Okay. Here's one, guys. Here's an artist that has almost changed the game a bit still as well. NF.
Yeah.
Come on. Apart from being offensive, NF being offensive to UK people.
If I put a search in for NF, you would find some tracks.
Yeah. I like his vibe.
Did he change the game though? Really?
Well, he did tours in the UK. 1,000 people turning up in he did the European tour and he smashed it. You know what I'm saying? Lecrae could never do that tour.
Yeah, but does that mean he's the greatest though?
I'm not saying he's the greatest. I'm just saying I'm saying that we could talk about influence from Lecrae, but you could argue that NF has got a bigger influence now from nowhere than Lecrae. He gets more plays probably in Spotify than Lecrae.
I think sometimes with these guys, if you took away the influences, because at the end of the day, it's Christian rap, and if you took away the beats and read the lyrics,
Oh wow.
and read the
Lyrics, you know, read the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
studied the lyrics.
But I must be NF is one tone when it comes to his lyrical angle. He's very much into you know, going from a dark space, how to deal with dark space situations, which is great when you listen to it once or twice. But after a while,
When you're not in the dark space no more.
when you try to get out that dark space, you go back into it with NF. Go, I gotta be careful. So it is a bit monotone. NF.
I think that's why it's so popular in a way. Or one of the reasons, because there was motivation playlists on Spotify and
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
But the thing,
Not that that's a bad thing.
no, 100%. Here's one though. We're playing. Is that Gerard Sanders in the background?
Yeah.
So you got the God Over Money crew. The God Over Money. Did they really do what they had to do, or did they just almost came through in a season where everybody walked away from true gospel?
It's like Dream Junkies, isn't it? With Bruceline and
Yeah. Believe and all them guys. Believe, Paul Russell and all them guys. What you saying about God Over Money, bro? You got God Over. If you put Bizzle in, you got Bizzle.
I rate Bizzle and his guys. It's not my favourite style, but he does do some boom bap style. But he covers a lot of real life issues that I can't remember the title.
His last album's really
when
deep.
he talks about the road rage track. Have you heard that one?
Yeah,
When he talk about all the
yeah.
scenarios that could have happened if he didn't
Yeah.
just like. Them things that make a man think, and he's not just talking about your Christian life. He's talking about your holistic life. I gotta rate that. Man.
Yeah. No,
and it's
he's got it.
straightforward. You know, I think it's quite clever when a rapper makes a tune that you have to listen to it 10 times to work out all his metaphors. But at the same time, I think sometimes you just need to come straight, just talk about it straight, so they can hear your message, dissect it, and say, look, I received that for my life.
Or are we gonna go cheat and just go with Toby Nigwe?
You can't be the greatest already.
No, exactly. That's content to judge on, man.
That's like saying Kanye West is the greatest Christian rapper because he released couple songs that people will say the Christian.
Kanye West probably made more money than everybody else.
Exactly, this is what I mean. He's got more influence than all of them put together. Is he now the greatest?
Yo, you remember that picture of the Christian charts after Kanye West released the album?
Kanye West.
The literally first top tracks are all Kanye West. That is so funny still, you know what I mean? But that opens up a whole new debate. Is Kanye West a Christian rapper? And if Toby Nigwe is, so is Kanye West.
Is that what you're saying? I think that's two different spectrums you're looking at.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that stuff. You know what I mean? Like if certain rappers are put a tweet in, okay, why isn't I'm like this? Me and so I'm gonna shout out DJ Nards, yeah. Me and DJ Nards, yeah. So I will play Kanye West. It was it's not a gospel, it's not a Christian album. Why are you playing Kanye West? Yeah, we're going hold on a second, yeah. But you play Justin Bieber, yeah. But you won't play Kanye West.
I'll play both, so you're not talking to me.
I'll play Kanye. It's just that you see me. I'm a busy guy, like with work-life balance.
Yeah.
And I got a whole bunch of tracks to do my playlist every week.
Yeah.
So I'm listening for a minute, and like Kanye, you just have to listen too hard to say, yeah, I'm gonna throw that in this week. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I haven't played. There's probably more tracks I could play, but like it just takes a lot of hard listening to know.
Okay.
Because you know already, Nadlocks have told me off a couple of tracks that I've submitted to the show because artists would only drop a little one word which might not be appropriate for a Christian radio station playlist.
Was that Talk the Truth?
No, they're not F's or B's, but it's just talking about a pot to pee in sort of thing.
Yeah.
Used regularly.
Yeah.
And so I've listened to a track and it doesn't come until verse 3 and I'm like, yeah, that one's fine. Send it off and like Nad's is like, Zorro, you've done it again, you know.
And I think Americans kind of forget that, man. But I kind of like, you know, I like the challenge that Kanye West has brought to the game. I like the way that and I do think it's a symptom of basically where we should be in gospel rap now. I think we should be in a place like that, but we haven't. And God's just done like, you know what, boom, you guys, I'm going to just do it myself. Boom, Kanye West, boom, come here, do this for me. And it's just, you know, for me, it's just really reflecting where we should have been for me when it comes to gospel rap. And I think for about 5 years before that, we just was going around in a circle, trying to get more plays before delivering the music that we should be delivering. But I don't know, Mike, I don't know if you've listened to he's on your watch list or playlist.
Or Kanye West?
Yeah.
Not really. Like, I've heard the odd few songs here and there, but
You're not on it.
I'm not really. I mean, it's nice, but not.
No, okay, so we can. So H is suggesting as Kanye West. I don't think even though he's got the plays, he's got more influence.
The thing is, yeah, when I think about like Kanye West, I don't have a lot of Kanye West in the like. I probably have 1 or 2 songs where it's like, oh, I might play this, I might not play this, but it's not like, oh, Donda came out, Donda 2 came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me get this on my laptop, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
I just like the way he stepped up the game in terms of quality as well and whatever. So okay, guys, so we're going back to Lecrae. Really and truly, it sounds weird. We're going to Lecrae, but I'm begrudgingly looking at Lecrae, not because I can't. It's really thinking hard. Maybe because I've known him before, but is he the best?
The thing is, you're going about influences and what have you, but I think if you was looking at that youth, a lot of them wouldn't be bothered about influences because, for instance, on a secular rap thing, look how much different stuff that 50's done with the fashion thing and the acting thing and all that. But a lot of guys who's into their lyricists would no way have him as their favourite rapper. So it's not just about influences.
Yeah, true. Okay. You brought it back down.
Straightforward
skill set.
Yes.
Skill. Okay.
That's why I brought Stephen the Levite.
No. I'm a Stephen the Levite fan, bro, because like I said, Death is Gain album that gets rinsed on all my thingamabobs coming out there still. Yeah, that. So I'm a Steve Levite fan, so I'm keeping quiet now because I'm straight up Steve the Levite all day long still, yeah. But I do feel that he's just, I don't know, nothing wrong. But as Zara said, he stayed in his lane, and there's nothing wrong with staying in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong at all.
Nobody's mentioning Shy Lynch, man.
But he got himself in trouble with the last day album, bro.
Did he? Yeah.
But the full
Hey, Jeff, worry about that, because he was all forget the album. How can you forget the album? Man was sitting, we were shooting after Triple E, bro.
Yeah, there was
you know what I'm saying? So, sorry if you didn't realize he was shooting after Triple E. I apologize for exposing that. But anyway, I think that even Russo had to do a track. Remember, Russo did a track to cuss him back off it. Yeah. Oh, that kicked off.
Hazakim got involved.
Hazakim got involved?
Yeah.
So you got what about Triple E?
Didn't he go away?
He didn't go away nowhere. He's released that consistently over the years. He's always did a single now and again. He always did a single. Anytime Lecrae calls him, he comes in.
But you know the thing about Triple E, I think his sound, maybe it's his voice, his accent, that South kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe when his voice breaks, he'll be a good rapper.
Hey guys, do you know? Right, guys, do you know the story? You know the story behind how he met up Lecrae?
No.
Okay. Believe it or not, he was best friends with Kirk's son.
Oh wow!
And Kirk pushed him forward to Lecrae them, and Lecrae kind of like schooled him for about a year or so before he started with making releases. Before he say, is that authentic? I was sitting in Nando's with Lecrae and he told me that. Anyway, so. I just point out their stories. At least I put it in the ether anyway, so everybody knows. But anyway, Triple E, everybody loves Triple E's album, the blue one. It's the blue one. I call it the blue one.
Yeah.
One that everyone says he looks satanic because he looks like a skull.
Yeah.
The one that thought he's departed. And I have to feel sorry for Reach Records because everyone's blasted them for
the garbage situation.
Oh, let's not go. Why do you have to go there, bro?
Because that sounded like where you was going.
Yeah, bro. Sorry,
Mike, that sounded like where he was going. He said, they're getting blasted for the garbage situation. That sounded like he was.
Ages go for not good for your soul. Not good for your soul.
Roger, you'll have to email me some of these Reach Record tracks so I can get an opinion on them.
No, Garvey, you know what I'm saying? Just put it out there, guys, before everybody goes, what's going on with this Garvey situation? Unfortunately, my advice is for people, if you're going to fast, Yeah, I don't even want to go into that.
Don't go, nah, the thing is, what was you gonna say? Because I just said that because it sounded like that's what you.
Oh, but
what
you
gonna say?
took me off the set, bro.
Get back on the set. Get back on the set.
Wait, we talking about Triple A in it.
Yeah, you were saying the thing with Reach Records.
Okay, thing with Reach. They bring out stuff which people kind of bash them over, like Andy Mineo's cover of which one?
Not Heroes for Sale.
The one where he had all demonic symbols all over it. With Desperados on it. Desperado track.
Is that the one we had the skulls on there?
Yeah. No, because the new album is basically it's version 2. Yeah, it's the version 2 of it. What's the name of that? You know which one I'm about though? Andy Mineo.
Music,
sorry guys.
I haven't got the tracks. Honestly, I haven't got this stuff.
I remember. Wait. Andy Mineo is always rocking the boat. I remember when he did his blogs, and it was him making beats, but for Busta Rhymes beats, and he did a lot of blogs and stuff like that. So he has that kind of.
Was it the Sword?
The album?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't the Sword. No.
Are you sure?
It wasn't the
It
Sword.
might be, you know.
What this one?
No. Before that, bro.
Oh, yeah, had one before that.
Yeah.
It must have been Heroes for Sale then.
Yeah,
there was a different one.
No.
Next one, innit?
Yeah, before that. Yeah, and he got and it was a decent album. What? Andy Mineo, like, there's a lot of rating for. He's got skills, you know.
He's cold. I rate him.
He's got some big tunes.
Musically, I prefer him to Lecrae personally.
Oh yeah.
100%. Who else is there? What are you saying about KB?
Not for me.
KB's got a new tune called King Jesus, which is cold.
He brings out bangers, you know.
Cold, but not in terms of like.
He does that
the
worship.
best. Not the best though. When we're talking the best, Raj, you have to think about it. Let's put it in football terms.
Okay,
when we're talking the best,
he's going to the best, you know.
When we're talking the best, it's like the best. Like if we were to put this person number 1, number 2, number 3, this person would come out number 1. Like general consensus would be this is number 1. Some people might put him 2 or her 2. Some might put him or her 3. But the general consensus is that this person, I understand why they got number 1.
Well, yeah. Well, for me, skills-wise, Steve the Leave, right? There's a lot of guys coming through, as Zoa said. Now, one album's one, but I think for longevity, he's been around for a minute still, and he's brought out a release last year as well. I think,
I'm gonna throw a controversial.
Oh, come on.
Nah, you know what? In terms of skill, if we're talking skill, not influence, I'd put Jay Givens up there, but that's me.
Facts.
Jay Givens and creativity as well.
Facts.
No one tweet him right now, please.
Like, have you heard Understand?
Yeah. It's cold.
Right. Listen, Jay Givens.
Jay Givens. You're saying. Right. We did not go into detail about Guavi. I'm over 40. I'm over 40, so we should be talking about situations like that. But no. He's definitely a decent artist. And even Jay Givens, but still, I still think Steve's stronger. What about the likes of I'm just going back. Okay, we haven't mentioned Corey Red.
Mention who?
Corey Red.
Oh, okay. You guys carry on. No disrespect at all.
Obviously, that Mr. H's swing there still, yeah. But wait, what is Corey Red do?
Well,
Is he
was a major influence for me, and I'll tell you why. Because I went into hip hop the second I backslid from church, which was an 11-year journey, and it was music was my biggest stronghold by a major mile. And when I gave my life back to Christ, the first thing I wanted to was have some Christian music to listen to. And you're not just going to fall out of love of hip hop after 11 years. And I see going to CLC and Wesley Owen and like take a gamble on free CDs. They give you headphones and a CD player to put them in. And I listened to this stuff. I was like, "Whoa, that's the end of hip hop." And the little old man in CLC used to give me a dirt look. I didn't buy any of them. Because I was just going by covers. That looks like a good cover. That might be a good album.
Yeah, we're good at covers.
It wasn't until I keep mentioning this story. My friend Tim gave me that cassette with he had Gospel Gangsters and a couple of other guys in it. But Corey Red, It's My Turn. That tune was on there, man, and I'm like, oh, I can still enjoy hip hop, man, with a with a godly lyric. So he was a personal influencer to me.
Did he influence you, Mike? Mike used to
I won't
laugh.
say-
You'd laugh because you would be like, "Yo, what did he hear his lyrics?"
I wouldn't say he influenced me, but I have to rate him, especially the time that he was doing what he was doing, because his stuff would have been controversial. Even now, some of the stuff he says would be considered controversial, let alone back then. So I have to rate him, definitely. And he's still doing it, you know.
What is it? So H is no commenting it.
There's no comment from me.
Okay, cool. All right, still, yeah. But I still have to return back to Ishan Burgundy as well. Stevie Lever and Ishan Burgundy seems to be, in terms of the texture, but Ishan Burgundy with his releases.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
What about Show Baraka?
Show Baraka, he was Turn Your Life Around album. Aye.
I can play
But
Show
the thing
Baraka,
is, I don't think there's enough content to put him in comparison with some of the other guys, because there was a guy called Todd Bangs when back in the day he could only download stuff from mp3.com, and then all these little tracks that he had from mp3.com, he put them together with a whole other thing, and he put out this album, You Think It's a Game, and that's one of my favorite albums, period. But I haven't mentioned him because there isn't enough content to.
Okay, we haven't mentioned Flame.
The new one.
I'll try the guy. Okay, right, guys. Let me just go total left side. Does anyone in the UK touch?
Jahaza comes to mind from the UK.
Big up Jay.
Can we include Governor B in there? Like,
He couldn't break. He has to break US, bro. Jahaza.
but he's kinda
SO's broke US. SO's broke US, and Jahaza's broke US. You know what I'm saying? And this is what UK rappers have to realize, that, you know what, still, yeah, you have Americans. It's not that they don't like grime and don't like thing up. You can't chat pop on their stages. You got to be able to perform, and our guys don't have the weight of content and delivery and performance level to touch a New Yorker on the streets. Very few of us have. I've seen it with GR Live. I've brought over, like, remember, like the Slaves and the Gauges and stuff, yeah? These are no-name rappers, and they can outperform our best.
You know what it is as well? It's not just a Christian.
Well, not no name, but you know what I mean.
It's not just a Christian rapper thing, though.
Yeah,
It's just a rapper thing in general, especially
Americans,
in the UK.
yeah.
Like, unless they're really rocking with you like that, like, it feels like, from a secular standpoint, there's normally just like one rapper that the US from the UK that the US is like feeling. So at one point it was like Stormzy, now it's like Dave. So like there's not really a whole load of them that's getting through. So when you translate that into Christian rap, like it's even lesser, the gap's even smaller to try and push through to get into the US, if that makes sense. Because most of us don't have the hundreds of thousands, millions of streams or whatever it might be. So people ain't just checking us out and listening to what we're spitting about. So I think it's just harder. But I think Governor B's the closest at the moment. But SO kind of like he's already there, kind of.
SO's got the figures, bro.
Yeah,
he's
that's what I'm saying.
Based over there. What are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
with
what I
SO, like, I don't even think of him as a UK artist, even though he is.
That's the thing. That's
He's
why I never
Nigerian.
mention him. Because when I do, I always at the start of my shows list everybody I'm playing, and I'll just always a shout out. I am playing these UK artists. I'll be playing SO in the same show, you know.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not mentioning him because, and I probably should do, but.
Listen, man. SO's album. Like, listen, man. I played the other day. Kings and Queens.
Yeah, cold.
Yo, bro.
Cold.
That is. Yo, name me a jam harder than that from the UK. Like, Governor, give me a track from Governor that can cold out that track, bro. That track I can play right now in its original mix before it got mixed properly. You know what I'm saying, bro? The one that's MP3 one that he did free download that he had out there back in the day, bro. That track I can jam to all day long. What are you saying, G?
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. So if you're gonna put SO as in the UK category, I'm gonna start mentioning him in my.
Yeah. You know, he's UK all day, man. Yeah,
I would have to have him as I rate him over Jahaza.
Oh yeah, and you know what the beauty thing is, guys, and I think we have to look at sometimes the and before you think I do backstory and everybody, it's the beauty of when you do events and you get to talk to people and whatever. SO, what I liked, he was a backup, what do you call it, backup rapper? What do you call them guys that on the stage? Hype man, yeah. He's hype man to Jahaz for years. You know what I'm saying? So he was underneath at school, him and Tizzle. You know what I'm saying? Tizzle, forgive me. E.T.'s who's famous on YouTube now. But anyway, the Grimwoods. And you got, and also he went to Carlisle to do theology school for about 3-4 years. SO. So he's done all the whole thing. So when he chats, he doesn't chat pop. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, no offense to the rest of the UK, but you know what I mean? He's not chatting out of, so you know, he's coming with something, he's got weight, and he releases, and he continually releases music.
You know who did trickle through tunes out, trickled tunes out and then disappeared, trickled again, was Gems. Is he still around? Is he still doing stuff? What's happened to Gems? His stuff was okay.
No, lyrically he's good, but you know, he's like in and out. You know about Gems.
Gems.
You don't know Gems?
Yeah, Gems.
I'll play some Gems later if I can.
He's like the guy who literally raps like that, bro. Like stupid. You know what I'm saying? You know me. But
I think I definitely know like his tracks, but I probably just didn't.
No.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent him in putting them out. But I tell you, when JS was there putting tunes out,
I went with a JS fan.
I like JS, man.
Sorry, H just laughed. He just got.
I like JS when he first came out. I was like, yeah, JS is
so for me, JS was like the UK Timothy Brindle.
Nah, man, JS had lyrical skills, man. He had the beats.
So Timothy Brindle.
Different.
Yeah. I could do. Nobody's mentioned Timothy Brindle when we're talking about the American guys, man. The Let's Kill Sin album.
Kill Sin, yeah. No, that was good. Yeah, I was saying, but nah.
I know it.
Nah.
Timothy Brindle dropped a 9-minute track, you know.
Hey,
this is what I'm saying.
Every time I play Timothy Brindle, man, I gotta fade him out, man.
It's like playing Maverick City. It's ridiculous.
Yo, straight up.
No one mentioned Dwayne Triumph. Even though it's just that album, 777.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
You mean it's more? Is that
he's got
YouTube
skills,
video?
you know.
I don't pack a matic.
No.
He's got skills, you know.
He's a producer to me.
Yeah, I agree. But he has got skills, but I don't think there was enough content. Consistent content.
Yo, if we're gonna talk about biggest influence, we have to go from the fact that basically you can't just bring out one album. Everybody can bring out one album, and that sounds really harsh. But the thing is that follow through. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Lecrae, as H says, is album after album after album. Steve the Levite, as much as he might have been seasonal, at least he's got at least 3-4 albums that he's been part of.
And the thing is, when you bring out, if you're only going to bring out 1 or 2 albums, either one of or both of those albums have to be like elite, that they remembered like for the like.
For me, like
stand the test of
Sounds
time.
Blackness. Sounds Blackness. It's a classic. Okay, you can do one album and live off it.
Or Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. Or General Levi. One track.
Do you know what I mean? Like you can do one album and that album's just going to carry you through. You can't just release one album and expect to you can't be considered the best.
Maybe. Yeah. That one album, as much as they release out other albums, that first album was the one. But yeah, no, 100%. So if you're gonna do one album, make sure it's one where people can't stop playing. You know what I'm saying? So we go. Okay, right, guys, we gotta come to a conclusion here because so our conclusion is flame.
Before we was on mic, there's one person I mentioned. I said I think he's gone a little bit off recently, but he was churning out quality for years. Swift.
I never really liked
Everybody's gone quiet on me. Everybody's gone quiet.
I liked Swift, but I wouldn't put him up there. I did like him though.
I play him to in between tracks. I never was a fan, you know. So I was like, what? So I was going I'm gonna prove these guys wrong. Hey, when I do my mix next, I'm gonna play Swift. I'm gonna play Ishan. You know what I'm saying? But now, I still think Ishan over Swift.
Yeah, we had them on together, didn't you? At a gig one time.
Was that me?
Yeah, that was you. So,
no. That was Jams.
That was Jams, yeah.
At the Jump.
Yeah.
So, but them guys, people don't really come out to see. It's more, it's the popular guys, the Lecrae, who made pop tracks anyway. Still, yeah. But All right, guys, let's come to a conclusion.
I don't think there's gonna be a conclusion
Okay,
between these different generations mixed in this room right here.
Oh, okay, cool. Right. So if I would say the greatest rapper of all times,
For you personally,
who's gonna say it first? Who's gonna say theirs first?
I'm gonna stick with my mouthpiece. I am. For me personally,
That's like voting.
Skills, consistency,
That's like saying I'm not
longevity.
voting. That's like we're having a vote now, and he goes mouthpiece. Like, you might as well not vote, bro. No one else is going for mouthpiece, bro.
some old heads might be out there somewhere. Wake up, man. Support the old guy.
Is it like a deacon being clever with the vote?
Support the old guy, please.
All right, yo, Mike, what are you saying?
Stephen the Levite.
H.
It's Lecrae, man.
Goodness sake. Why did I leave myself last for? I am
You can go with the same person as somebody else, you know.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm a Stephen Levite fan all day long. That's the problem. But I respect Lecrae's grind. I have to go with Steve the Levite for me anyway. So yeah, skills wise, because he's a joke now. This is why they clinch it. Yeah, Church Clothes. That's the album. Church Clothes came out the same time as Death Is Gain. I had both CDs come through. Yeah, from Bush Up. I think it's Bush Up. Yeah, I got involved from Bush Up. Remember that Zone? Bush Up.
Yeah,
Bush Up. Classic.
All the stuff was coming from back in the day.
And I was in my Fusion. I put my CD. I remember the car. You know, I was driving in Sandwell. You know what I'm saying? And I put Lecrae's album in. Took it out. Jesus music, riding with my top down. Yeah, took it out. And when I heard Death Is Gain, and I was like, yo! I went mad. So let's go Steve the Levite. So yeah, man, guys, we're gonna so that's the kind of conclusion. We're gonna have Michael Passan doing the track for us in a bit. Still, we're gonna let him prepare him for it and everything still, and go in the corner and have a prayer in the corner right back there, lay hands on him as he prepares for that, and he'll work on his Hillsong colours. Hillsong colours are green or something. So you'll switch over, bro. Sorry, I'm just putting it out there still, yeah. But listen, H, if you can hit us a couple more tracks, and we're gonna prep up for Michael Posana. But we believe that Steve the Levite is the greatest of all time rappers.
Yeah, I'll go with you, Utes.
What's that? So Zoe's voting for Lecrae now, don't worry. It's coming. I'm gonna go with Jesus music.
Thank you for listening to this content. If you liked it, please don't forget to like, subscribe and make a comment down below. Or even more so, check out our website www.affinityextra.com for more information.